morning everybody. Today we continue with our second chapter, How is Federalism? Go to page number 19 in your textbook. How is Federalism practiced? Constitutional provisions are necessary for the success of federalism, but these are not sufficient. The real success of federalism in India can be attributed to the nature of democratic politics in our country. Now, what is democratic politics? What do you understand by democratic politics? Politics based on democracy, government chosen by the consent of the people. That is why we call the government in our country the democratic government. We will see some of the major ways in which this happened. Now students, please refer maps on page 18 and 19 in your textbook. You will see one map on page 18 is before the independence. See how the areas, the regions of our country divided. That is during the British rule. It was divided into provinces. And the map on page 19 shows the map of independent India. No doubt there have been many changes in the present political map. Now first we talk about linguistic states. The political map of the country changed in 1956 when the states of the Indian Union were reorganized. Language formed the basis of new states. Since independence, boundaries of several old states have been changed in order to create new states to ensure that people who spoke same language lived in the same state. So now if you will see the map, after independence, you will find that our states or the states of the country are divided on the basis of the languages. But there was argument. Now it was argued against the creation of linguistic states that it will undermine the unity of the country and lead to the disintegration of the country. But in favor, it was argued that it will lead to cultural unity and harmony and also make the administration much easier. And the argument of disintegration has been found to be illusory. Linguistic states have only worked to strengthen the bonds of unity. Some states were not formed on the basis of language. It was formed on the basis of their geography or cultural ethnicity. Now, these states we can say that they were Nagaland, Uttarakhand and Jharkhand. Some states were again split up from a bigger states, like from Uttar Pradesh came up Uttarakhand, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. Then recently the last one from Andhra Pradesh, there was a split of Telangana. Now we go to the second content, language policy. India is the land of diverse languages and dialects. The Constitution of India did not give the status of official language to any language. It only recognized Hindi as the official language. Now this was a second test for the Indian Federation at the language policy. The Indian Constitution has not given the status of national language to any one language. Though Hindi was identified as the official language, which is the mother tongue of only 40% Indians. So the government of India did not impose any language on states. The states have their own official languages. Besides Hindi, there are languages recognized as scheduled languages by the Constitution. States also have their official languages. The maximum work of the government takes place in the official language of that particular state. Promotion of Hindi continues to be the official policy of the Government of India. But it does not mean that Hindi will be imposed on non-Hindi speaking states. Here, promotion does not mean that the central government can impose Hindi on states where people speak a different language. That is, non-Hindi states like Chennai. They cannot impose Hindi on them. Thus, the national policy on language is in keeping with the spirit of federalism. It helps to further strengthen the bonds of unity. Thus, avoiding the situation like that of in Sri Lanka. You know what happened in Sri Lanka, where Sinhala language was imposed on the people and the Sri Lankan Tamils had opposed to this. Now we move towards the third content, center-state relations. The center-state relations have been changing from time to time in response to the changing needs of the situation. Restructuring of center-state relations has always been the need of our country. Though Indian Constitution has demarcated the powers of the union and state governments, still the union government can have influence over the state in many ways. In the past, central government had misused its power, and this had undermined the spirit of federalism. Now see, as provided in our constitution, the political party which commands the support and confidence of a majority in Lok Sabha, that is the MPs, or state assemblies, that is MLAs, will form the government. Now it is possible that no single political party may get the support. In such a situation, two or more than two parties may form an alliance. Okay. So now this scenario changed after 1990 with the era of coalition government at the center. Now what is coalition government? A government formed by coming together of at least two political parties. Now they form a political alliance and adopt a common program. They agree to become one government. So here after 1990, since no single party got a clear majority in the Lok Sabha, the national parties had to enter into an alliance with many parties, including several regional parties, to form a government at center. It led to a new culture of power sharing and respect for the autonomy of state governments. The Supreme Court made it difficult for the central government to dismiss state government in an arbitrary manner. Arbitrary is in an unfair manner, wherein the central government would impose its power on the state government. So now in such a situation, now when two or more than parties, they formed an alliance. The alliance which gets the support of the majority of MPs or MLAs form the government. Now when this government is formed by an alliance of the political parties, we call it coalition government. This type of government means more effective power sharing between the political parties. This power sharing strengthens the roots of federalism. Students, we see that the coalition government actually has worked better in our country. Now, with this, we are finishing the content. If any difficulty, students, please mark your difficulties. I can always revert back to you. And meanwhile, on the topics covered today, I am giving you 4 questions. You can please write down in your classwork books, and reread the content in from your textbook. And tomorrow we will be discussing on the last topic of federalism, that is decentralization. Thank you and have a nice day.